Welcome to episode 28 of Everything Entrepreneurship with Kyle Jerome Carter. This is the show for ambitious employees, skilled professionals, and my emerging executives as well. If you are chasing your dream in between meetings, after work, or before the sun's up, this episode is for you, right? To address the elephant in the room, I cut my hair. If I'm going to touch on that, I'll do that later on in the episode, though I'm keeping this short. I have to practice what I preach, and it's much better to get something out, though I don't feel 100% or anywhere close to 100%. I'd rather get an episode out, talk to you guys, than allow another week or two to delay, right? I was trying to hook this up with all the fixings, slow pan left, pan right, light zoom in, adding this here, this there, which is cool, and that's still the goal. However, I have a lot to say. I have a lot I can help with. And I've impacted many people that are saying, hey, KJC, I really love your content. I just need, let me not exaggerate, but I did have a lot of people reach out, say, hey, where have you been? I hope you're okay. I missed the content. With the one consistent theme that many people out here are just trying to sell you a dream. You know, if you fall into their ideal audience, they're going to look up the pain points that are going to trigger you so they can get your attention and try and sell you something. Right now, I have nothing for sale. You can't click a link and boom, I'm going to sell you this or sell you that. While I am grateful and blessed to have reached 600 subscribers, I know that we're taking this much higher, right? And I made this not because I'm looking to reach a vanity metric, not because I'm trying to just make as much money as possible off of people in my community, but rather I'm trying to truly instill momentum where people thrive or just need or think they need motivation, right? Clarity, strategy, execution, momentum. That's what you get here. And as I've said before in many other episodes, but I find myself saying day to day, now more than ever, people need that second form of income. And employers aren't giving raises like they used to. And things are getting more expensive every single day. I forget the exact article that had the statistic, but it said like within 5 to 10 years ago, 30% of Americans had some sort of gig work, right? Like a little side hustle, Uber, Lyft, whatever it might be. By the end of this year, I believe it's going to be over 50% of Americans have gig work, which shows that no matter who you are, if you make 40,000, if you make 150,000, you still want and can benefit from a second form of income, right? And there's a lot of messages out there as to just passive income, click this button, follow me, copy and paste, and you just start making money. And if you don't know already, that's not how it goes, right? If you've heard anybody else say as well, we're in a trust recession. People trust what's said online less now more than ever, which is rightfully so. In the last 5 years, I want to say from right before COVID to now, you've had a lot of people selling courses, 997, communities, like all these different things to try and make money. And that doesn't mean that everybody's bad. By no means is everybody bad. But there are a good amount of people trying to take advantage of you, right? And as you already know with me, I'm never going to push somebody towards a specific business venture or business type in general. Like, hey, because I did it, you should do it. No, you need to do whatever matches you, your tolerance, your life, your availability, and the funds you have access to right now. I'm going to help you out with the other stuff so you can actually follow through and execute and get the job done, right? Whether it's a side hustle or a full profitable business, this is where you come for that. And there's so much changing online too. So just taking a moment to reflect on my company, marketing. If you know anything about just SEO or AI and these LLMs, whether it be like ChatGPT, Gemini, whatever it might be, there's so many different things. And this is, again, another reason why it doesn't matter if I don't feel good. You still got to show up. I got to show up for my clients. So I'm going to make a commitment to show up for you. There's so many different little things you can do as you not only start your entrepreneurial journey, but early on that can help set you apart without having to pay hundreds or thousands of dollars. These are like very quick, actionable things you can do, and they'll provide an immediate or very fast, rapid um, improvement on your reach and visibility online, right? Because that's another thing. Right now, the main query is digital marketing, right? Digital marketing. How can I make money online with digital marketing? And one of the best ways to do that is to market yourself digitally. How do you make money with digital marketing? You might want to market yourself digitally to do it. So that's why, as I might have prefaced in a couple other episodes, it's not just about the tactics. Hey, if you're working a 9 to 5, you can leverage that by doing A, B, and C. But I'm also gonna intertwine my bread and butter, like what makes me special, like the marketing strategist standpoint, the business um, experience that I have uh, in different parts. So it's beyond just the structure of the episode. It's beyond making sure that I convey it so that you can take action on what needs to be done now, but so that you also feel good about it, right? I'm not going to say I had a whole bunch of different people reach out as it pertains to the real estate workshop, but I've had a couple people reach out. Hey, how'd the workshop go? I believe I might have a couple people that are interested for their own companies, what their employers or their employees can benefit from, right? So again, like I said, this is going to be a quick episode. I'm bringing you guys up to speed, even though I feel like in a previous episode, I was bringing you up to speed. But with a commitment to consistency as I build this out, I want to be transparent with you. So that being said, it makes sense to bring you up to date, right? Um, I'm having a lot of fun with the real estate project that I took on. Not necessarily just marketing for a brokerage, but I'm building out something else. And while I'm doing that, I'm also trying to film another series or form of content that will be beneficial for you. With that being said, we got that going on. We got this, you got regular client work. A lot of stuff's going on, right? But that's no excuse for the work not getting done, for lack of a better term. So that's why, even if it's short, even if it's a little ugly, not too ugly, just a little bit, you feel me? I want to show up. I want to make sure that I'm here. And I do want to make sure that I give you these ABC 1, 2, 3, follow these steps, but at the same time, making sure that you have what you need to succeed with your own business. So I don't have any hardcore tactics today, but rather just an observation that you might be able to build from. And that is seasons, like knowing what season you're currently in, knowing the difference between seasons, when to push, when to pull, when to go all in, when to meditate, when to reflect, because each season requires something different, right? And as we take the season we're in and we put in perspective the goal we're going after, we can better understand if things are working out very well, what we can do, and if things seem to not be working out on the front end, what else we can do, right? It's not about being discouraged if things don't go as planned, and it isn't about betting everything on black. Let's just party and celebrate when things are going well. It's about understanding what season you're in and understanding how to pivot so that you can better build the momentum to do the work on the good days when you're feeling on top of the world and you don't want to do anything, as well as on the bad days where everything is piling up. You got a bad message, maybe your boss says something, and it's like, I'm trying to just relax. Because that's what happens. People get off track, right? I'm a part of this as well. I remember a couple years ago, not even years ago, because it happens here and there, multiple times in a year, where you're feeling good, you're feeling great, and then something hits you, right? And it throws you off. And because it throws you off, you might have a little bit of doubt. Now, when I say a little bit of doubt, personally, I'm never talking about the end goal. It might just be in an activity that you're doing. It might be with an employee that you brought on. It might be with a coworker if you're at work. But once we have an understanding of how things work, i.e. in this instance, the seasons, then we can put into perspective what needs to get done, right? And another thing that delays people more so than not being aware of what season that they're in is the transition between seasons, right? I always say when it comes to being a business owner, you have like administrative things and you might have creative things that you need to get done. And both of them might require like a couple hours of work, or let's just even say 30 minutes of work. But the time it takes to transition between an administrative task to a creative task is literally taking one side of the brain and telling the other side of the brain to get ready because we're doing this as well. And there's many different things, such as just real life phone notifications that can throw you off. So if something as simple as that can happen day to day, what does that mean on a bigger scale as you have an outlook on life, as you have an outlook on you going to work, as you respond to what's happening, whether it be in the news or whether it's in your household? We have to understand that, again, it's not about feeling good, being happy. It's not about feeling motivated to do work. It's about having fail safes in place so that we know, regardless, that we're getting this work done. And through that, you'll understand that you feel good and that you can reflect on these small victories as you work towards your ultimate goal. So that's just a thought I had. And there's just so much that I want to show you guys that I'm bringing to the table. And I have to not be a perfectionist and try to just make sure everything is 100% perfect, but more so, is it digestible? Like even now, I probably was talking a little bit in circles because I'm just so excited to get back on the camera and speak to you guys. And I am formulating next week's episode to be much more smooth, a better flow and everything like that. But yeah, I'm excited to be back, even if I'm not at 100% going through it over here, but it's okay. It's okay because everything's gonna be okay. You feel me? Life's been life, but that doesn't matter. We still got to get the job done. I'm excited for anybody that cares my hair journey. I started growing my hair out in 2014. And I just decided to cut it and start my journey over. Long story short, most of my hair was dead due to an incident that involved a little too much heat on my hair. So I said, screw it. I don't care how much hair, almost a foot worth of hair. I need my hair to be healthy. So let's cut it and grow it right back, right? And that's a reflection, again, of a season that I'm in. It's a season where I'm able to say, screw it. We understand what the long-term goal, what the mission actually is. It's a process, right? The same way the entrepreneurial journey, this is a hair journey that I'm on. It's going to throw a couple people off when they see me, whether it's on Zoom, in person, like, hey, JC, did you change something? But yeah. So again, I said I was going to keep this short, and I meant that. I'm glad to be back. I'm working on a lot. I'm just excited to get it all to you guys. And it's my job to make sure that it gets out and gets done. So hold me to it. With that being said, I hope you have a great rest of your week. Remember to focus on your next best step. It's not about doing everything at once. It's not about multitasking. It's about what can you do right now in your day. You might have started your day off on the right foot. You might have started your day on the wrong foot. What's one thing you can do right now before the day is over? And if the day is over, you're listening to this in bed, you can do one more thing before you go to bed, even if it's as small as getting your thoughts together for the next day. Don't beat yourself up too much. Don't think about having to only have motivation to move forward. You can move forward so long as you believe. Because I believe in you. You know? So with that being said, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, hit that for me. If you have, send me a comment that says, I don't know. But that's it. Till next time, guys. Have a good week.